Before we go any further, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit that bell icon so you don't miss what comes next, because this story only gets more complicated from here. The financial web of the Brown family from sister wives is now under a much darker spotlight. For years, viewers focused on emotional drama, broken relationships, and shifting loyalties. But lately, a far more serious question has begun to circulate among fans and insiders alike. Was Robyn Brown quietly controlling and possibly draining the family's money? According to growing fan analysis and behind-the-scenes whispers, Robyn, often presented as the loyal and misunderstood wife, may have been playing a much longer financial game. Sources close to the family suggest that from the moment she entered the plural marriage, money began flowing toward her and her children at a noticeably higher rate than toward anyone else. And this wasn't just favoritism. Many now believe it was strategy. The family's once shared financial pool, built from TLC paychecks and the hard work of the other wives, slowly began to shrink. At the same time, Robyn's personal debts were erased, and her assets steadily grew. That timing alone has raised more than a few eyebrows. One of the earliest red flags was Robyn's pre-marriage debt. Before she even legally married Kody, more than $30,000 of her personal debt was paid off using family funds. This happened without full agreement from the other wives, quietly rewriting the financial rules of the household before anyone realized what had changed. Then came the housing situation. While Janelle and Christine lived in smaller, carefully budgeted homes, Robyn consistently occupied larger, more expensive rentals. Eventually, she became the owner of the most valuable property connected to the family after the Coyote Pass purchase. The contrast was impossible to ignore, and impossible to explain away as coincidence. Next, there was my sister wife's closet. The business was presented as a family venture, but it quickly became clear that it revolved almost entirely around Robyn's vision. The company lost money for years, yet continued to receive family funding. To many observers, it looked less like a business and more like a financial funnel, moving shared resources directly into Robyn's personal project. And when you line up all of these choices, side by side, a new conclusion begins to form. Robyn didn't just win Kody's affection. According to this growing theory, she secured long-term control over the family's finances, while the other wives and their children were left with shrinking support and fewer opportunities. What makes this narrative even more powerful is that it doesn't rely on feelings or gossip alone. It's built on legal decisions and financial outcomes. When Kody legally married Robyn to adopt her children, the entire financial structure of the family shifted. Assets that had once been shared informally were now legally tied to Kody, and therefore to Robyn. And once the paperwork changed, so did the power. Robyn's long-standing image as a helpless victim of family conflict is now being challenged by a very different portrait. A woman who may have used emotional influence, legal positioning, and financial redirection to secure her future, at the expense of everyone else. Just compare the lifestyles. Janelle and Christine lived modestly. Robyn lived large. And when patterns repeat long enough, they stop looking accidental. They start looking intentional. That's where we'll pause for now, because the money trail doesn't end here. The way the family money was divided was never truly fair. Over time, it became clear that Kody was quietly pulling funds from the shared pot to make sure Robyn was always the most comfortable. And Robyn, whether intentionally or not, helped make that possible. She often framed herself and her children as needing more space, more protection, more attention, more stability. On the surface, that sounded reasonable. But in practice, it created a perfect excuse to send more money in her direction. Money that, under the original family agreement, should have supported all the households equally. Many fans now believe the biggest financial move of all was Coyote Pass. The land was supposed to represent equality and unity. Instead, the plots were uneven, and the biggest long-term investments appeared, designed to benefit only Kody and Robyn. And once again, the money used to secure that future came from the entire family. One insider summed it up in a chilling way. It was a slow-motion heist. According to people who claim to understand the family's inner workings, the financial collapse of the Browns wasn't random. It was deliberate. The source says Robyn didn't see Kody primarily as a spiritual partner. She saw him as a financial opportunity. She came in with a plan, the insider claimed. She isolated him emotionally first. Then, she isolated him financially. While the other wives watched their budgets shrink, Robyn's spending grew. Larger homes. More decor. Nannies. Extra comforts. And through it all, Kody believed he was simply being a good provider. Robyn never had to take money directly. She only had to guide Kody's decisions, and those decisions always seemed to benefit her. She encouraged him to pour money into her struggling jewelry business, while brushing aside the other wives' more practical, profitable ideas. She supported the move to Flagstaff, a choice that forced the sale of the Las Vegas homes, which were rich in equity. That single decision stripped the family of financial stability and left Kody and Robyn holding the most valuable remaining assets. By the end of it all, the insider says, Robyn got exactly what she wanted. She became the last wife, legally married, financially secure, and in control of what little remained of the family's wealth. The other wives were left to start over. For Christine and Janelle, the breakup wasn't just emotional. It was financial devastation. Both women have spoken about a long pattern of financial manipulation that left them with far less than they believed they had earned. Janelle, always the practical and financially aware one, has voiced her frustration openly. She admitted that she poured everything she had into the family fund, savings, assets, effort, believing it was building a shared future. Instead, she watched as those same resources were repeatedly used to cover Robyn's needs. And for the first time, she began to realize something painful. The family wasn't just falling apart. It had been quietly drained from the inside. The money Janelle contributed wasn't disappearing outright. It was quietly absorbed into a lifestyle that benefited only one household. Christine felt the same squeeze. She has said her budget for her children and home always felt tight, while Robyn's household never seemed to go without. For many viewers, the moment that truly broke the illusion was the nanny. During COVID, when the other wives were expected to handle everything alone, Robyn had paid help in her home. To fans, that wasn't just a parenting choice. It looked like a clear symbol of unequal financial priority. And this, many believe, is the real, unspoken core of the sister wives' collapse. It wasn't only that Kody loved Robyn more. It was that he allowed her household to take more, financially, while the others slowly lost stability. To longtime followers, it feels less like favoritism and more like financial siphoning. Collective wealth flowing into a single branch of the family, while the rest were left to manage with less. This is why so many articles, breakdowns, and commentaries now circle the same theme, and why the story keeps evolving depending on where you shine the light. One writer might focus on the nanny's salary, another on Robyn's jewelry collection, another on the cost of her wedding dress compared to the others. Some pieces sound angry, others sound sad. Some are calm and analytical. A family friend said. A production crew member revealed. A financial expert who reviewed the show noted. Each version tells the same story from a different angle. You can break it down by assets, the Las Vegas home sales, the Coyote Pass plots, the Flagstaff rentals. Every piece adds another layer to the same uncomfortable question. Where did the family money really go? And just when fans thought the financial drama couldn't get any messier, the emotional drama returned with a vengeance. In a shocking mid-season teaser for Sister Wives Season 19, Kody Brown dropped a bombshell that sent the fan base into chaos. Sitting in a tense confessional, Kody said, "One of my wives came to me and said, 'I need to tell you something. I think one of the other wives is having an affair.'" Then, cut to black. No names, no explanations, just silence. The teaser, released by TLC on November 23rd, 2025, immediately set social media on fire. With only a few wives still connected to the family, the list of possibilities was painfully small. Robyn, the only wife still legally married to Kody. Meri, who has been openly dating since her legal divorce in 2014, though spiritually tied until 2023. Janelle, now independent, living in North Carolina, and clearly done with the chaos. Fans began dissecting every option like detectives. Was Robyn being accused? Was Meri's past being dragged back up? Or was Janelle being pulled into another storyline she never asked for? The teaser only added fuel. Robyn appears on screen crying, saying, "I have been faithful to this family in every way." In another clip, Janelle sits silently while Kody shouts off camera, "Don't you dare lie to me about loyalty." Longtime viewers know this isn't new territory. Christine was once accused of emotional infidelity for growing close to David Woolley. Meri's catfishing scandal in 2015 was treated by Kody as betrayal for years. So when Kody teased another affair accusation, it felt less like a shock and more like the next chapter in a story that never truly heals. And once again, the Brown family found itself balancing on the edge of trust, money, and loyalty, with no clear winner in sight. Even Robyn wasn't completely free from rumors in the early days. Some fans still remember the quiet whispers that followed her courtship with Kody while she was still legally married to her ex-husband. But this new accusation feels different, heavier, sharper, and far more serious. Kody's exact wording matters. "I think one of the other wives is having an affair." That doesn't sound like old emotional history. It sounds current. And possibly physical. Sources close to production say this accusation becomes one of the main storylines in the second half of Season 19. Viewers can expect sit-down interviews, alleged text message screenshots, and even a tense confrontation at Coyote Pass that reportedly ends with one wife walking away in tears. TLC knows exactly what it's doing. The official Sister Wives Instagram account posted the teaser with the caption, "Trust is shattered. Secrets are exposed. Who cheated?" New episodes return January 5th, 2026. Within hours, forums, comment sections, and Reddit threads exploded. Many fans believe Meri is the one being accused, since her dating life has been public for years. And they suspect Robyn may be the wife who told Kody, possibly trying to protect her position now that she's the last wife still standing in practice. Others aren't convinced. They argue this is classic TLC misdirection. One commenter wrote, "Remember when they made it look like Kody and Robyn were breaking up last season? It turned out to be a fight about groceries." Either way, one thing is clear. The Brown family's once sacred plural marriage has officially crossed into tabloid territory. What began as a show about faith, family, and alternative marriage has fully transformed into a soap opera, complete with cheating accusations, tears, confrontations, and cliffhangers. And when Sister Wives returns in January, viewership will almost certainly explode. After years of slow collapse, fans are finally getting the scandal they've been waiting for. Someone, allegedly, broke the ultimate rule. But just as the show dives deeper into betrayal, real life offered a very different kind of heartbreak. On November 29th, 2025, Janelle Brown shared a tribute that left thousands of fans in tears. She honored her closest friend, Angela Price, who passed away quietly after a short and private battle with cancer. At 56, Janelle, usually guarded and steady, showed a side of herself viewers rarely see. Her 12-slide Instagram post has been called the most vulnerable she has ever shared. Yesterday, heaven gained a person of pure love, Janelle wrote. My beautiful friend Angela went home. I'm not ready to live in a world where she isn't a phone call away, where her laugh doesn't fill my kitchen, where her texts don't appear exactly when I need them most. The photos told a lifetime story. Janelle and Angela as young mothers in Lehigh, Utah. Laughing together on a girls' trip to St. George. Angela holding baby Savannah on the day she was born. And then the final photo, taken just weeks earlier. Both women in hospital gowns. Angela bawled from chemotherapy, their hands clasped together, smiling through tears. Angela was a sister I got to choose, Janelle wrote. When plural marriage got hard, when Kody and I fought, when the cameras rolled and the world judged, she was my safe place. And in that moment, the drama of television faded, replaced by something far more real, far more human. Loss. She never once made me feel foolish for staying, and she never made me feel weak for finally leaving. She just loved me, fiercely, quietly, completely. For longtime viewers, Angela had always been there in the background of Janelle's life. She was the friend from the old neighborhood, the familiar face at family gatherings, the person Janelle escaped to when Coyote Pass felt too heavy to breathe. But what fans didn't fully understand was just how deeply their lives were woven together. In one of the most heartbreaking lines of her tribute, Janelle revealed that Angela had been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer only 10 weeks earlier. She told almost no one. Typical Angela, Janelle wrote. She didn't want to be a burden. She spent her last healthy days making sure I was okay after Garrison, checking on the kids, sending me stupid memes at 2 a.m. so I wouldn't feel alone. Even while dying, Angela was still taking care of everyone else. The timing made the loss almost unbearable. Angela passed just 20 months after Janelle lost her son Garrison to suicide in March 2024. I don't know how to do this again, Janelle admitted. I don't know how to wake up every morning knowing 2 of the people who kept me breathing are gone. But Angela would hate it if I stopped living. So, I'm going to try. One terrible day at a time. She ended with a promise that felt both broken and brave. I will spend the rest of my life trying to be half the friend you were to me. Thank you for teaching me what unconditional love looks like. Wait for me at the gates with that big laugh and a Diet Coke. Okay, I love you forever, my Angie. The response was overwhelming. Within 24 hours, the post passed 1.2 million likes. Messages poured in from past and present Sister Wives cast members. Christine wrote, I'm sobbing. Angela was an angel on earth. Meri added, she loved you so well. Holding you in my heart today, Robyn said, Angela was pure light. Even Kody, who rarely comments on Janelle's page, wrote simply, I'm so sorry, Janelle. Fans shared their own stories of Angela, how she once drove through the night to sit with a stranger's dying mother, how she organized meal trains for half of Flagstaff, how she never forgot a birthday in 30 years. One comment went viral. Angela wasn't on the show, but she was the realest part of Janelle's story. Later, Janelle posted a short video of Angela's favorite necklace, a simple silver piece engraved with the word enough, now hanging from her rear view mirror. She always told me I was enough exactly as I am, Janelle whispered, her voice breaking. I'm trying to believe her. Sources say cameras captured parts of Janelle's grief, including the moment she learned Angela had passed. Whether those scenes will ever air is uncertain. Janelle has final approval over anything involving her personal loss after Garrison. For now, the tribute remains the most honest window into the woman who walked away from polygamy and is now rebuilding her life through unimaginable loss. Angela Price is survived by her husband, her 3 children, and a best friend who will carry her in every breath from now on. And just as fans were still processing that heartbreak, the story shifted once again, this time back to Kody Brown, who stunned viewers with a major appearance change at 57. The 57-year-old Kody Brown shocked fans over Thanksgiving weekend 2025 with a look so different it barely felt real. The famous long curls, the bleached tips, the dramatic bounce, the ponytail holder that deserved its own paycheck are gone. In their place is a short, salt and pepper cut that instantly makes him look older, quieter, and almost ordinary. The change first appeared on November 27th, 2025, when Robyn posted family Thanksgiving photos with their younger kids. Within hours, screenshots spread across Reddit, X, and every Sister Wives fan page imaginable. And suddenly, the internet had one question. Is that really Kody? In the photos, he's standing beside Solomon, 14, and Ariella, 9, wearing a simple navy button-down. His hair is cropped close on the sides, slightly longer on top. Fully gray, fully natural. No bleach, no curls, no dramatic volume. The hair that fans jokingly called his fifth wife had officially left the building. The reactions were immediate and ruthless. He looks like every divorced dad at Home Depot on a Saturday morning, one Reddit user wrote, earning over 8,000 upvotes. Finally aged into the man he always acted like, another joked. And one fan summed it up perfectly. The hair was holding the last of his personality hostage. Now it's free. And so are we. For context, Kody's hair has been a running joke since season 1 in 2010. He once said cutting it would be like Samson losing his strength. Fans called it ramen curls, noodle hair, and far worse. Entire meme pages were built around slow-motion clips of his curls blowing heroically in the wind. So, why cut it now? Sources say the decision was both practical and symbolic. After losing Christine in 2021, Janelle in 2022, and Meri in 2023, Kody reportedly told friends he wanted to shed the identity tied to polygamy, an identity the curls had come to represent. Production insiders claimed the haircut itself was filmed for season 20. Kody reportedly sat in a Flagstaff barber chair and said quietly, "It's time. I'm not that guy anymore." Robyn is said to have encouraged the change. One friend told In Touch Weekly she hated the old hair. She thought it reminded everyone of the past, the other wives, the failures, all of it. Some fans see deeper meaning. The hair was his last connection to the fundamentalist Mormon image, one TikTok viewer wrote. Cutting it is basically admitting plural marriage is dead for him. He's just another 57-year-old guy with kids from different moms now. Early season 20 footage reportedly captures the ex-wives' reactions. Christine allegedly laughs and says, "Who is that?" "He looks like my uncle," Janelle reportedly says. "Good for him," followed by an eye roll so powerful it may need its own slow-motion replay. And Meri? The day the photos leaked, she posted a cryptic Instagram story. No caption, no explanation, just enough to remind everyone that in the Brown family, nothing ever ends quietly. Meri's post said everything without saying much at all. A simple scissors emoji, followed by 2 words, "Let it go." And honestly, that may be the perfect summary of who Kody Brown is in 2025. He no longer looks like the confident polygamist who once strutted into America's living rooms with 4 wives and a carefully styled mane. For the first time in 15 years, he looks like a man who has been worn down by life, by loss, by choices, by time. The short gray hair doesn't just change his appearance, it changes the story. This version of Kody looks like someone who has finally surrendered. Not only to monogamy, but to aging, gravity, and the court of public opinion. The bravado is gone. The performance is quieter. The image is smaller, simpler, and far more human. Now, whether this new look reflects real personal growth or just another attempt to stay relevant as Sister Wives enters its 3rd decade, that part remains open for debate. But one thing is absolutely clear. The Kody Brown of 2025 is not the Kody Brown of 2010.